We all need shelter. In this world, we find that there are many things that are disturbing. There are many things that we don't know how to navigate on our own. There are things that just knock us right off balance sometimes. And there are things so inconceivable we don't know where to begin. This is why we need shelter. And it doesn't matter if we're making a material pursuit or a spiritual pursuit. We need shelter from someone, somewhere, who has already traversed the road that we've traveled. Without that shelter, we're left out in the cold, trying to find our own way, unsure of what's about to come next or what we should do about it. But when we take proper shelter, we get guidance that we need. For those who are trying to make a material pursuit in life, it's so much easier to learn the best way to do something instead of trying to reinvent the wheel. We can do it, but it's going to be unpleasant unless we have shelter. But if one's trying to make a spiritual pursuit, shelter is absolutely required. If you don't have spiritual shelter, you don't have anything. We might think, oh, I can read all of the books on my own. I can understand myself. But think about it for a minute. How smart are you, actually? Are you sure you'll be able to figure everything out on your own? By careful observance, we can see that when we give ourselves shelter, there's so many things that go wrong, so many misunderstandings that happen, so many confusions that come about. But when we have proper shelter, the confusion disappears. You see, the problem is we're not meant to understand things completely on our own intelligence. We're meant to understand from somebody who knows perfectly. And if we don't know perfectly ourselves, we can't perfectly figure it out. There's this story of a group of blind men. Each one is standing at a different part of an elephant, touching it and describing what they find. One holding the tail says it's very long and skinny. Another at the trunk says, yes, it's very long, but it is not skinny. One holding a hoof says it's very hard. And one grabbing at the stomach of the elephant says it's very soft. One might be holding an ear and say this is very flat. And one might be holding the butt of the elephant and say, no, this is very round. And they might conclude that they're holding on to different things, but they're all holding on to the same elephant. So, we have to understand that actually we're spiritually blind. We might think that we're not, but we are, more or less. Why else would we be here in this place of suffering? Why else would we be in a miserable condition of life unless we had imperfect vision? But that's what Guru is here for. Guru shows us what is right from wrong. Guru says, you're all idiots, you're all holding the same thing. It's an elephant. You're just holding different aspects of that element. So, if we're willing to admit that we might not know everything, and we're willing to hear from somebody who just might know something we don't, then And only then are we ready for the first step of spiritual life. We have to have some humility in this. You see, there's no room for pride in spiritual life. None at all. So if we have a little bit of humility and say, I don't know everything, but I'm willing to hear from somebody who knows what I don't, then we can actually begin our inquiry.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.